It's my distinct privilege to introduce our closing speaker for the day, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Darrel Bazzell. Vice Chancellor Bazzell has been serving his current position since January 2003. He's UW-Madison's Chief Financial Officer and is responsible for a wide range of administrative functions, including, to mention just a few, the budget, facilities, human resources, housing, and health services. Prior to joining the university, he had a distinguished career in numerous state agencies, including service as Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. The Vice Chancellor leads by doing, embodies the Wisconsin idea. In addition to his leadership, his university leadership role, he currently serves on the boards of numerous community groups, including the Urban League of Greater Madison, the United Way of Dane County, and the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. He's a former president of 100 Black Men of Madison, the Wisconsin Association of Black Public Service Employees, and the Gathering Waters Conservancy. In his spare time, he serves in a mentorship role as a big brother. We are pleased to have Vice Chancellor Bazzell with us here today. Please join me in welcoming him, a warm Wisconsin welcome to our Diversity Forum. Thank you.
If you keep applauding, I'll shorten my comments even more. For my expert in facilitation, thanks, Harry. But thanks so much for inviting me here today. And I know you folks, in fact, have had a full day, so I truly will not try to take up very much of your time. But what a great turnout for our forum today. A lot to be proud of. And the fact that we've extended the forum to 2 full days, I think speaks volumes of the importance of and interest in issues around diversity and inclusion. I do want to thank Patrick. I haven't seen Ruby around here, but I really want to acknowledge you and your team for your outstanding planning and preparation that's gone into this event and for your ongoing leadership. So I wonder if you and your team can just stand up to be acknowledged for your efforts to make this happen. Great. I want to extend my thanks also to our colleagues at UW System for their financial support, as well as our partners in the greater Madison community and throughout the state of Wisconsin for your great efforts to make this impressive forum possible. I think, as we all know, when we think about the concept of enhancing diversity and its importance in ensuring excellence in teaching research, we know that's a cornerstone of our campus strategic plan, no question about that. But we also know that it enriches our educational experience. We know that we learn from others' experiences, their beliefs, their perspectives when they're different than ours, right? If we're going to be successful as a university, as a community, and as a nation, we have to make effective use of everyone's talents and abilities, without exception. And if we're going to live up to our reputation as a world-class university, we simply must maintain a campus environment where everyone, and let me emphasize the word everyone, feels welcome and included and has that opportunity to reach their full potential as humans. Issues, as we know, around diversity and inclusion are not easy issues. You're hearing from some very highly respected leaders across our nation today and tomorrow around issues around some legal challenges associated with race and ethnicity, university admission practices, diversity programs, as well as efforts to increase the number of underrepresented groups in the STEM fields. We're also going to have some artistic performances here, and I don't know if that's the signature of our new diversity director, Patrick, or not, but I know no event is complete without some artistic performances, so thanks for that inclusion. And just as a quick aside from that, I had a wonderful opportunity this weekend to help celebrate the accomplishments of Richard Davis, someone who we all know, right? And the First Wave program and the Office of Multicultural Arts Initiatives was front and center with that. And what it made me think of was during that weekend was not just the importance of recognizing Richard, But I thought about the genesis of the First Wave program. As many of you probably don't know, the real impetus for that was really around the issue of inclusion. I thought back to my experience at this institution as a student, and even as an administrator. And I tell you, the first time I saw a spoken word performance, and I heard others in this campus community saying, we need that at our institution, the place I went to right away was the question around inclusion. And so little did we know and recognize that they would be acclaimed not just across this country, but across the world. This was simply a small idea around creating a space where people can feel welcome and included. And you can see where ideas like that take you when opportunity makes itself available. But I tell you, when I think about this particular forum, I think what it does best is bring us together, individuals all across this institution, in a way that we can share ideas, we can talk, we can build on what we've done successfully, and also identify areas for improvement. If we're going to be successful in this community, this type of dialogue and communication, I think, is crucial. It's crucial, again, as we also think about diversity planning efforts. We have some excellent programs on campus and lots of dedicated and excellent members of our campus community that run those programs. But working on those questions around inclusivity, around enhancing our campus culture for our student, staff, and faculty, I can't think of a higher calling at this particular moment in our campus history. I had the opportunity to attend the breakout session around the development of our campus diversity plan, and I know that's a featured session tomorrow. And I really want to call out one important aspect of the work of that committee. I think in the past, when we've developed diversity plans, we've tended to think around issues around race and ethnicity. And obviously, those are cornerstones of any diversity effort. But I think this plan is going to make a conscious effort to more formally call out the breadth of diversity, whether we're talking about differences in gender, sexual orientation, social status, social class, if you will. As a dialogue with Kathy Truba, ability levels might be one way to put it, as well as religious background, differences there. Think of it this way: if we're truly to be serious about diversity and creating an inclusive environment, that is, that place that values all members of our community and a place that leverages what each of us have to offer, then we must have a diversity plan that acknowledges and supports the full range of differences and breadth of experiences that we bring to this institution each and every day. I can tell you, in finance and administration, we're dealing with these very same issues through an engagement, inclusion, and diversity, or what we call an EID initiative. We bring these three components together because they're so intertwined: engagement, inclusion, and diversity. They're so related, and we want to address them in a truly integrated manner. And we know that each of these components supports practices that will enable us to attract, develop, and retain top talent, and certainly help us include our diversity and inclusion objectives. The initial survey that's part of this effort was administered to 4,300 individuals within finance and administration. And we're using those results to establish a baseline. Each unit has then developed a specific plan around their results. And it's going to help us maintain areas of strength that we have around EID, but more importantly, it helps us identify areas of opportunity, if you will. And those plans are very focused on making progress, measurable progress, in those important areas. The campus HR design effort, which many of you folks have been involved with, I think we know where that's at right now, and that one of the tenets in that plan was to engage the entire campus community in an EID survey. And so, and the idea was to roll that out as early as next year. So we're taking our learning experience within finance administration, and we're looking for ways to broaden the survey so it can be administered across the entire campus community. So look forward to that effort in the near term here. HR design itself, as you know, the formal approval process has been paused, if you will, for a couple of years. But there are many important aspects of that plan that can and will move forward during this 2-year period, particularly issues around workforce diversity. So you're seeing people associated with the HR design effort partner with the ad hoc diversity committee. And Bob Lavinia, who's here today, serves as an ad hoc member of that committee to help make sure there's a good linkage between our HR design framework and the ad hoc committee's work itself. And that's, I think, as you know, it's been one of the tenets of the HR design all along. One of our 11 teams was focused solely around diversity, but we also invited members of that team to interact and engage with the other 10 teams to make sure that the concepts of diversity were infused throughout that plan. I think that's one of the strengths of the plan. I think you've heard a lot of great ideas today. We know tomorrow holds a lot of promise also as I look at the agenda. But I think, as we all know, listening and feeling energized around the conversations today and what we anticipate tomorrow doesn't mean a whole lot unless we take what we learned in these sessions and apply them in our day-to-day work. As difficult as that work may be, but we have to build on that, on what we learn here today and tomorrow if we're truly going to become a diverse unit or an institution, if you will, and make this a welcoming community for all of us. So again, I hope, again, today has been productive for you. I know we look forward to tomorrow, and I really look forward to working with you into the future around issues around diversity and inclusion. So thank you so much for your time, and I wish you well.